Get into it.
Turn it off.
I'm not turning it off, and you don't touch me again. I'm leaving.
Wow.
For what? This is a First Amendment protected activity.
Ready to go hands on.
I'm not going to tell you to make complaints on the officers who showed up the first time, but it sounds like they need to have something checked on that end, if you understand me.
I'm asking you to arrest a criminal that I have evidence of. You know, but that doesn't put them above the law, sir. Can I just get your name and badge number?
Okay. Well, I actually don't have to give that to you.
You don't have to give me your name and badge number?
I don't.
Hey, what's up guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today we are at the Louisiana State Police Headquarters here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We are here today to not only peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, but to hold the two Baton Rouge City constables accountable for their criminal actions and their assault against me at the City Hall. I haven't had much luck with law enforcement here in Louisiana doing their job and honoring their oath, but let's see how the state police do. Let's see if they do their job. Let's see if they honor their oath and enforce the law. Let's get into it.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. Can I find something?
Yeah, I'm looking to file some criminal charges. I was assaulted yesterday
Okay. Where did it occur?
in city of Baton Rouge.
Okay. You know where Baton Rouge City Police Headquarters is?
I did. I went there. The issue that I'm having, is that I was in City Hall
Okay.
recording, and the city constables pushed me down the steps when they removed me from the building.
Okay.
And I fell and I sprained my ankle. I have a left ankle sprain. I'm currently in a boot.
All right.
No one is trying to help me. So I called the district attorney's office and they suggested that I come here. The police, I've tried to make a complaint with the police, the constables, and the sheriff's office, and no one's taken my complaint, even though I have the entire crime on video.
Why would the DA's office send you here? The reason I'm asking, state police is not like over city police.
How is it not? You have jurisdiction throughout the state, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
But so the highest ranking law enforcement official in a parish is the sheriff. So like say a trooper arrests someone, brings someone to jail, the sheriff can, they have the authority to not accept them in prison.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that no other law enforcement. You have a lot of law enforcement out here in Louisiana.
Right.
Constables, police, sheriffs, state police, and all the rest of them have not been able to help me. I have video evidence of a crime taking place, and none of them want to help me. And I called the district attorney, and they sent me here.
So if the agency's internal affairs section doesn't accept it, are you familiar with the Attorney General's office?
No, I'm not familiar with the attorney general's office.
So there's a section of the Attorney General's office called the Office of the Inspector General, and they are, I guess, in cases of like police corruption, stuff like that, they are the ones who investigate that. So if your complaint can't be addressed through like Baton Rouge City Police Internal Affairs or something like that, then if you're not satisfied with how they do that, then that's
it's just because like for example, officer, is that if I pushed somebody down, like an officer or anybody, and they fell down the steps and hurt themselves, I would be arrested. I wouldn't be investigated. I would be immediately arrested, because especially if it's on video and I have a witness, so who's willing to write a statement. So but that none of the arrests are happening. And my point is, just because law enforcement have badges, don't make them above the law. You're not immune to the law. So what I'm saying is that's why I'm coming here, because I was actually told to come here by the district attorney. So are you telling me that you can't take my criminal complaint?
Yes, sir.
You're telling me you can't?
I can't. State police does not have So to do a criminal complaint in the city of Baton Rouge City Police is the agency that does that. Mm-hmm. So,
but they're not doing it. That's the issue.
So have you seen their internal affairs section yet?
The Baton Rouge City Police? No, because
Yes.
it was the city constables that.
Right, but it occurred in the city of Baton Rouge.
Yeah. So I've spoken to the internal affairs for the city constables, but I have not,
Okay.
and I've spoken to the Baton Rouge City Police.
Okay.
They told me there's nothing they can do for me.
So you've spoken to internal affairs for city constables?
For the city constables, correct. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've spoken to internal affairs, but they're not affecting an arrest. They're not doing anything other than an internal review.
Right.
But that's not. There would be no internal review. I could understand if it was a he said she said scenario.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a he said she said scenario. Okay. It's completely on video of them breaking the law and injuring me. I suffered an injury over it. So that would be an assault in the state of Louisiana, correct?
So when you when you went to the city constable, they said they're going to do an internal review, correct?
Correct.
Did they take a report of any sort?
I wrote a statement and I gave them a statement, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's an internal review. I'm looking for a criminal complaint,
Okay.
not an internal review.
So if you don't think that's correct, if you want that addressed, you need to go to the Office of the Inspector General.
Okay.
Give me in the runaround.
I guess if someone feels like the police agency's doing something incorrect, because we get that sort of call frequently here.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody will say, "Hey, I was on the side of the road in
Crazy.
whatever parish. The officer was impolite or whatever, and then, they're calling state police. There's an assumption that it goes city, parish, state, when actually it goes state is the widest. They have the widest territory, but the least actual jurisdiction.
Okay.
And the parish has jurisdiction
Man, he
in
just
their
making some shit up.
parish. And then the city, like if a sheriff's deputy, let's use a crash for example. There's a crash. If it's on a city street, it's worked by Baton Rouge City Police. We'll stop and ensure there's no injuries, nobody needs an ambulance or something like that.
Man, he putting
But
Sean
then
to
we
sleep.
have to call the city. And they have to actually do the report.
Okay. Well, my only concern is that no law enforcement is helping me, including yourselves now.
Okay.
But so you said the next step would be the Attorney General. Is there any way I could? Are you a supervisor here?
I'm a supervisor for about 4 people here, yes.
Okay, but are you a super? I want to get it. I just want to get it on record that no one's going to help me because it's kind of it's really disconcerting to me that a law enforcement officer can push me. I wasn't arrested.
Okay.
There was no legal action taken against me because I did nothing wrong.
All right.
I'm just a citizen who,
Okay.
who has the protections of law enforcement in this state.
Okay.
I was pushed down on video. I could show you the video.
Okay.
I was pushed down by the constables and injured myself.
Okay.
So, and they injured me as a result.
Okay.
So, I don't understand why no law enforcement can do anything about it. It's kind of disconcerting, and it's probably going to be disconcerting to the public as well, sir.
Okay.
So, is there a supervisor I can speak with of like a criminal division here?
No. This is administrative office. I mean, there's civilian office workers here. I mean, if you want to speak to a troop supervisor, I mean, there's Troop A on Highland Road, but the people here are their administration. You got the criminal records people, you got the civilians here working.
Okay. All right. So there's nothing you could do for me.
No, sir. Now, do you know where the Attorney General's office is?
No, I do not.
Okay, so are you familiar with the State Capitol Complex?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're standing at the State Capitol, right? There's a lake right there behind you. So there's 4 buildings. Like you got the Capitol here, you got the Capitol Lake. There's 4 buildings along the lake. The northernmost one is the Attorney General's office. And like I said, the office you need to speak to is the Office of the Inspector General.
Office of Inspector General?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
you're
it.
So that would be the 4th law enforcement agency, ladies and gentlemen, that we have tried to get them to do their job and enforce the law, and they're just simply refusing. They're saying there's nothing they can do. What is the point of them being law enforcement? What is what are we paying our taxes for? I don't understand. A crime was committed. There's a witness, and it's on video.
They're not gonna do nothing.
It can't get any simpler than
Right.
that. But you know what? We're gonna keep going. We're gonna go down to the Attorney General's office right now. I'll see you guys there. Hi, ma'am. How are you? I'm looking to speak to somebody with the investigative division.
Do you have anything on you outside of a metal detector?
Probably just my phones.
Any
Yeah.
knives or pins or anything? Stick it in here.
He's in New Orleans, so I'm gonna give you his number and you can call him.
There's nobody I can speak to for the investigative division here.
The guy's on duty. We have somebody that's on duty every day. But the guy that's on duty today, he's in New Orleans. So
He's in New Orleans?
He's in New Orleans. So I'm gonna give you his number.
Okay.
And you can call him.
Okay.
That's his name, Mark, okay?
Mark, duty investigator. Thank you so much,
The
ma'am.
guy's on duty.
Okay. Thank you. You too.
Special Agent Amos can help you.
Hi, I'm looking to speak to Mark.
That would be me.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the name that they gave me from the Attorney General's office. They didn't give me your last name. Sorry about that.
Mark.
But
No worries, man.
so I need some help, investigator. What was your last name?
Amos, A-M-O-S.
AMOS. All right. I need some help. I was in City Hall yesterday and in Baton Rouge, and I was filming. I was documenting for a story. I'm a journalist. The two city constables who I understand now that they are the security for the building. They had came up to me and without asking me any questions or anything, said I couldn't record to turn off my camera. And when I asked them why would I turn off my camera, they immediately grabbed me, pushed me into the elevator. Then once we got off the elevator, they pushed me out the door. As they were pushing me out the door, there's steps in front of City Hall, and I fell down the step. And I twisted my ankle. I rolled my ankle, and I ended up getting medical attention later. The reason why I'm reaching out to you, Investigator Amos, is because I've tried every outlet I possibly can, whether it was the constable's office themselves, the sheriff's office, the city police in Baton Rouge, as well as the state police. I've been to every single location, spoke to law enforcement officers of every single law enforcement agency that I can think of, and they've led me all to you. They're not doing anything, and I have video of the incident.
All right. Unfortunately, the city of Baton Rouge and Paris, they're up to sovereignty, so we got to go through them first. Unfortunately, we can't just come in and take over a case. But to begin this, instead of waiting, I know you've already dealt with the city police once. Go to the city, go to the PD, make a formal complaint. If they don't, ask to speak to their internal affairs, because you're probably going to want to talk to them anyway, based off the officers' interactions on the scene. I'm not going to tell you to make complaints on the officers who showed up the first time, but it sounds like they need to have something checked on that end, if you understand me.
I got it.
Because if you show up, someone's in distress, and they offer to show you things, and you don't, that's kind of a failing on their part. They need to check themselves.
Yeah.
And especially with your idea of going along with transparency.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're going to do it right.
Yeah,
okay?
for sure.
Now, okay?
For sure. All right.
They have to form some type of documentation on this.
Okay.
If for no other reason than to protect themselves. Okay?
Yep.
Now, unfortunately, my office is so far removed, especially with the sovereignty of the individual parish or county for that matter. It's like we have to, there is a long, arduous process for us to come back around to that.
Okay.
And that's why we rely on them to do their job based off the transparency that should be evident.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.
I hope I helped.
You did. You absolutely did. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank
Bye.
you, Mr. Red.
All right, guys. So we made it to hopefully our final destination for the day. It's been a long day. Let's see if the police here honor their oath to the Constitution, law and order, doing their job that the taxpayers pay them to do. We will see. I need to speak to an officer to file a report.
Still gonna get the runaround.
Speak to an officer to file a report. Criminal report, criminal charges. Yeah. All right. Hey, how are you doing, officer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 2 days ago, I was at City Hall filming, just like I'm filming right now, so you know. I was filming in City Hall. 2 constables just came up on me, told me to turn off my camera. I said, why would I turn off my camera? They immediately grabbed me, pushed me into the elevator, pushed me out of the elevator, pushed me outside of City Hall. And when they pushed me outside of City Hall, I fell down the steps, rolled my ankle, and caused an ankle sprain. I was not charged with any crimes. I didn't do anything wrong. But yet I have an ankle sprain, and as you can see, I'm in a boot. I want to press charges against those constables for assault.
Okay, so we can't investigate other agencies like that. I can't investigate another
Not gonna
officer.
happen.
So
Why wouldn't you be able to investigate another officer?
you'd have to go through the constable's office. You'd have to go through their internal affairs division.
No, internal affairs would be like an internal thing to where they, investigate them. You're a law enforcement officer. I'm asking you to arrest a criminal that I have evidence of.
They're also
You
law
know,
enforcement.
but that doesn't put them above the law, sir.
No, it doesn't.
So they broke the law. They broke the law. Like if, for example,
That don't mean they're above the law.
If I showed you evidence, if somebody showed you evidence of me pushing down another citizen or a law enforcement officer or anybody like that, and they showed you evidence of that, and they had a witness, and they had an independent witness, and they brought all that to you as a law enforcement officer, what would you do?
Okay.
You would arrest me, right? Because somebody showed you evidence of a crime. It would be your duty as a law enforcement officer, right?
Okay, but like I said, law enforcement officers can't investigate other law enforcement.
For sure. But you just admitted that law enforcement is not above the law. So why, if you're a police officer and I'm showing you that a law has been broken, why can't you arrest somebody that broke the law? It doesn't matter if he's a constable. It doesn't matter if he's FBI. It wouldn't matter.
So give me 1 second for 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Right. At all.
Yeah, just I'm gonna send it back to you, but just change that one.
All right.
Okay. So I just came from the Attorney General's office. I spoke with an investigator, Mark Amos. He informed me. So the Attorney General's office is the highest law enforcement office in the land. He's an investigator in the land in Louisiana. So he informed me that I should come here, and that if you guys didn't act on this report after I'm showing you evidence, that you'd be in dereliction of your duty, and then I would have to report you to internal affairs. So are you not going to, I understand he's a law enforcement officer. I get it. You're not going to want to do your job. I get it. But that's just not the way it works. You took an oath to the Constitution. Your officers.
I'm saying that I literally can't investigate.
First, do you have jurisdiction in the city of Baton Rouge?
Yes, and they have jurisdiction over the city parish, which is above us. Then you go to East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office. Then you go to State Police. So you've gone down. You need to take it up.
Yeah, no, but you have jurisdiction in the city. You have jurisdiction in the city. Just because they're not a higher level of law enforcement than you, sir. You are law enforcement.
Yes, I'm law enforcement, but their jurisdiction is wider than ours. And then, like I said,
just because it's wider doesn't mean anything, sir. Like I'm telling you, I just got this information from the attorney general's office. They told me to come here inside. They said you're probably not going to do anything, but he said that would be a dereliction of your duty, and I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm telling you, I don't know if you've seen the video. I don't know if you're aware of the situation of what happens. People see the video, and it becomes a problem. The people don't like when officers don't do their job, sir. And by the way, can I just get your name and badge number?
Okay. Well, I actually don't have to give that to you.
You don't have to give me your name and badge number?
I don't.
It's not the policy of the Baton Rouge Police Department to give me your name and badge number?
It's not.
So you're not going to?
Wow.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
That doesn't even make any sense. You're a public servant, sir.
Okay. All my information is public record, but I'm not going to.
Like, how am I supposed to look up your public record if I don't know who you are?
volunteer.
Let me get your supervisor, man.
I'm trying to cover up.
Just missed him. That was him walking out.
Well, you can get on the radio and call him. I'm asking, do you not have to give me a supervisor either? You don't have to do that either?
He's probably right outside.
Can you call him? Can you call for a supervisor?
I'll let him know who speaks with him.
All right.
What's going on?
Hey, Sergeant. How are you?
All right.
I'm looking to press charges on
Yeah, he ran everything down. Okay, we're at the bottom of the run. City police, constables, sheriff, state police, FBI. You're gonna have to take your complaint up. If it's with us, you go to the constables. With constables, you go to sheriff. Sheriff, you go to state. You got to go up with your complaint, not down.
Yeah.
So
Well, I was told I was just speaking with the Attorney General's office, right by the Capitol building,
All right.
and an investigator there told me that you have jurisdiction inside the city, and that if a crime happens,
Got to be sheriff though. They're over the constable's office, not us.
But you're a law enforcement officer, sir.
I get that.
It doesn't matter. The president can come here and break the law, and you could have the authority to arrest him.
Really?
You would.
That's totally out of my jurisdiction.
No, it's not. Anybody who's inside of your city that breaks the
You got to take
law.
it to sheriff. That's inside their jurisdiction.
Sir,
TVRSO.
if somebody broke the law, the sheriff doesn't make him a higher status than you.
TVRSO.
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
All right, man. You have a good day. All right. I got a lot of work to do. All right.
Yeah, you should be doing. You should be doing your work by helping the citizens. Wow, crazy.
Wow.
A lot of work to do.
That's crazy.
Famous words. A lot of work to do.
Yes.
Famous last words, hopefully, so he could get fired. Famous last words as a police officer and a law enforcement officer. Doesn't honor his oath.
That's wild.
Both of them just disappeared. One wouldn't identify himself. Well, guys,
I know.
as you can see, I'm doing my best here. I need your support. If I didn't have all of your support, guys, I wouldn't be able to do this, honestly. But you guys make me strong. I appreciate every single one of you. We the people, we stand together. I went to the state police today, Inspector General's office, Attorney General's office, the police that the investigator for the Attorney General told me to come to. I've talked to everybody, the sheriffs, the constables. I've talked to anybody who I can. District attorney. No one wants to help. No one wants to hold another law enforcement officer accountable. Ridiculous. But we're going to keep fighting, guys. We're going to keep fighting. I'm not going to give up. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Long Island Audit. Peace.